What's up? In this video, I'm going to be bringing you into one of the real trainings that happen in my office every week, and it's our skill sharpening training. Today's lesson, we're going to be going over objections, and we're going to play a little game to where I'm going to give one of my agents an objection, a common objection, and I'm going to observe how they answer it. Now, my role is the client, so they can ask me any questions, they can say anything they want to say, I'm going to respond to them and all that type of stuff. And then when they're done, I'm going to give them my honest feedback on how they can improve what they just did. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it. If you're into these training videos, go ahead and click the subscribe button and let me know down in the comments.
So if I list my home with you and buy my next home from you, will you cut your commission? Okay. Now, you're asking me to cut my commission if we work both transactions, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I just think you're going to be making a lot of money, so yeah, can you give us a commission break?
Okay, yeah, I mean, with all due respect, I mean, commission is 100% negotiable, and the reason why typically we do charge a 3% or 6% for the listing side is because not only do we actually have to split it with the buyer's agent, but we also use that to advertise your home to make sure you get the most exposure in the right amount of time, because you do want to get your home sold in less than 30 days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we, from postcards to flyers to circle prospecting, everything is being put in to make sure you get to your home on time, to your next place, because you know you got that job opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So it needs to be urgent. So what we want to make sure is like, you know, after all that cost and stuff like that, I have to split that with my broker as well. So what really am I left with?
Well, what about the commission you're gonna get on the buy side?
Well, on the buy side, oh, well, I mean, if you want to, since, I mean, since when we meet up, so I guess I'll cut a little corner, because you do got to get your house sold in 30 days, but I have to speak to my broker about that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Okay, I mean, I like it. Your broker's not gonna like you saying that, but no, we're not in that business, you know. I will tell you, you definitely did well on the first part. For one, take out commissions negotiable. Like let's just take that out,
Okay.
of every, no,
Okay.
don't ever say that to anybody anymore.
Okay.
Next, lead with showing the value. You know, hey, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's the reason why. I like how you tied it into where they needed to be and all that kind of stuff. If the conversation gets really sticky, go ahead, whip out that worry-free listing agreement. You know, whip that out and show them the different commission tiers and where they could possibly fit in. Don't let the reason be because I'm making so much money, I think you should give me some money. You're doing your job. Like, this is your job, and if they don't like it, they probably need to get a job that pays the same way. But this is, you've earned this. Secondly, you should know in your head that they haven't bought that house from you yet, right? So you could discount your commission on the sales side, get that house sold, and it's like, oh, well, we saw this new build and the builder was in there and they helped us, so we really didn't need an agent. You know, and they're not gonna necessarily feel bad about it because they just didn't know. Oh, I didn't know you worked with new builds. Or, oh, we couldn't find a house in time, so we're just gonna rent. And you've ended up losing out, you know? So never just like agree to that, especially up front. Keep both transactions separate. Like, there's the buy transaction and there's the sales transaction. And who knows what may come up. You know, who knows what may come up on that buyer side. Like, let's say the numbers don't add up and we're days away from closing and you and the other agent have to give some of y'all commission to make it work. You've lost out, you know. So keeping those transactions separate and say, hey, I don't mind discounting, or I don't mind giving you a break, but it's going to have to be based on the actual listing. And here's the plans I have for that. You know, here's our different commission structures that we have for listings. Which one do you feel most comfortable with? You know, but keep in their mind, remember, you want to get out in 30 days. You have to move here. You want to net this amount of money. I have to pull out all the stops. So, you know, don't just feel bullied into that or pressured. You're doing your job.
FSBO, just bring me a buyer.
So I don't want to list with you, but if you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you 3%.
So my goal here is to still have them list with me. That's fair. Yeah, bring in a buyer. That's my specialty. That's what I do. I find buyers for people just like you. If you'd allow me to come over and give you a little presentation on just exactly how I find those buyers, I think you'd be a lot more comfortable with maybe listing with me, because you would understand exactly what I'm going to do to bring that up, how I'll be the one to bring you that buyer.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's just go with it. So he says, or she says, if you bring me a buyer, I'll pay you 3%. Okay. So the good thing about that is we know that they're at least willing to pay 3%. Okay. So now it's just a matter of uncovering, like the one Thomas had earlier, where they wanted to pay a certain amount of commission. So let's see, like, why do you only want to pay 3%? And luckily for this, we only have to make up another 3%. So is it about how much money you're netting? Is it what you need from it? Or is it just the simple fact that you're paying out 6%? You know, do I need to price this a certain way? A couple things you can always say. Mr. Seller, do you know that properties listed with an agent tend to make X amount of dollars more than properties that are listed for sale by owner? Do you know that the buyers that an agent are going to bring are these types of buyers? Remember, like we said before. And then next, you can always say, well, you know, we really specialize in listings, and I have a full team of people at my office that just call circle prospecting all day. But I'll tell you, Mr. Seller, our first priority is to find buyers for our listings. You know, even as agents, we all use the MLS. And so the fact that you're for sale by owner isn't even on our radar. Any call you're going to get from an agent is going to be to try to get a listing. Okay, there's just no way around that. And 87% of for sale by owners end up listing with real estate agents anyway after they've been on the market and they're tired of it. And you see that you have to deal with all these tire kickers. Okay, I want to be the one that you choose to list with. Let me come over. Let me show you exactly what we do. If you don't like it, then no hard feelings. Heck, I'll even let you steal some of my ideas. But I promise you, there is a true advantage in you hiring an agent, and we can definitely make up this 3% if that's the big issue. You know, like really put it on them. And again, Thomas, all these objections are kind of the same. You can always go back to the same things. You know, it's either price, it's either basically price on most of them, or somebody else is involved, or you know, whatever. But all this stuff is the same. So you can use the same objection handlers for all of them. Just frame it for that situation. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Do you fully understand it, or do we need to run it again?
I'm just going to need to read these replies that I've been writing down, some of these objections over and over again until I second nature. As soon as they bring that up, that's what I say back to them. You know.
Go in the drive and pull up some of those scripts. Like there's a full script folder with scripts in there, and you'll see on those scripts the answers are pretty much the same. You know, they all have the same tone. You want to memorize those because they're going to be able to help you in all these situations. Okay.
Okay, seller. I have a good friend who's an agent. I'm just going to use them. Okay, great, awesome. Who's your friend, if I may ask? I might know him.
His name is Bill.
Bill who?
Bob.
Bill
Bob.
Bill Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't sound familiar. Does he live in the area?
No, he actually lives in Arlington.
Arlington. Wow. And you live here in Uptown, right?
Yeah.
Wow. And do you really think he's really qualified for the job if he lives all the way in Arlington?
Well, I mean, he's my friend,
and
I know that he's been in the business for a while.
Okay, great. And have you ever worked with him before?
No.
Okay. Well, hey, Chasen, let me tell you this. If you be open to a second opinion, because my team and I, we work with a lot of buyers and sellers in this area. So we do specialize a lot in making sure that these condos and penthouses get sold right on time, right? So if you'd be open, 10 to 15 minutes, you're not committed to anything, but if we can at least get face to face and go over a plan of how to get your condo sold, would you be excited about that?
For an expired, we're going to wait until the market gets better before we sell. So, Mr. Seller, we're actually in a pretty hot market right now. Waiting doesn't always necessarily lead to better buyers coming in. Sometimes whenever you wait for a market to be quote unquote hot, like a summer market or something like that, you're going to have a lot more competition being on the market. So everybody else has the exact same idea you have. They're going to kind of list in the summer. They're trying to, because they know it's called the market being hot. That isn't, all that means to me is that more listings are going to be on the market, making it more competitive. So if you want your house to stand out, it might actually be better to do it sooner rather than later.
Awesome. That was good.
Felt good.
It was really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. Something else I would maybe even consider. This is a line I love to use with people. It's like, how do you know you were in a hot market?
Call them out.
Nope. When it starts getting cold, and then you say, "Damn, that was a hot market." Okay. So we don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know. I mean, literally, tomorrow the president could say that we're gonna go to war or something, and things just go south. Like, we don't know. We don't know it was a hot market until the market turns. So always keep that in the forefront whenever somebody's talking about a market. And then again, knowing who you were talking to to an expired. They think that their house didn't sell because the market wasn't hot.
Mm-hmm.
What's another thing that you can say to them? What's another reason why it couldn't have sold?
The agent.
The agent. There we go. Bam. They just didn't have the right agent for the job.
Okay. For sale by owner. I'm going to sell the home myself. Okay, so you want to sell the home yourself? I absolutely understand. Now, if I may ask, like, why do you want to sell it yourself?
I just don't want to pay an agent a commission.
Okay, gotcha. So how much do you need a net in order to work with an agent?
I mean, I don't think I need to work with an agent. My house will probably sell fast.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, definitely in this market, a lot of homes sell pretty quickly. Like the average time is around 45 days. So I absolutely understand on that. Now, let's just think worst case scenario. Let's say your home doesn't sell in 45 days. Are you at least open to other options?
I mean, yeah, probably at that point.
Okay, gotcha. So, Mr. Seller, so if, at least if I can, come check out the house, just take a look around. Just if you don't have a seller's disclosure form, maybe I can help you out, just provide some value if you need that. But would tomorrow, say afternoon, would that be a good time to meet up?
No, I mean, I don't think we need to meet up. I don't think we need to meet up.
Okay, gotcha. So, like you said before, it's a commission thing, right? It's a money thing?
Yeah, I mean, because I can save like 12 grand without hiring an agent.
12 grand? Okay, so you want to save 12 grand?
Yeah.
Okay. So, not if I can help you not only just save you the right amount, but at the end of the day, list your home and find you a buyer in less than 30 days. Would that be something you'd be open about?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. As of right now, I'm probably just gonna try to sell it myself and see what happens.
Okay, gotcha. No worries. Well, at least we can keep in touch. Is this a good number to reach you at?
Sure. And if
Okay.
you have a buyer, feel free to bring them.
Okay, sounds good. I'll keep in touch with you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Oh, you were this close. You were this, and like I tried to give you another thing. Cause what was that last line I said to you?
Bring me a buyer.
Bring me a buyer. So from there, where could you have taken that?
Well, oh, we do specialize in bringing a number of buyers.
No, you could have took it as, are you willing to pay a buyer's commission?
Oh, okay.
And then I would have said yes, and then we would have had 3%. So now that number went from 12,000
To 6,000.
to half of that, exactly.
Okay.
So now you only have to make up $6,000, you know, versus how it was before.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give up, especially with for sale by owners. Don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going until they are literally like, get off my phone, you know, because there's always an opportunity.
Yeah.
They're gonna say something that's gonna spark something else. I gave you 3 different objections that we went over during this training.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I gave you bring me a buyer. I can list it. I can sell it myself. It's gonna sell quickly. Then something else. I don't want to pay a commission. Like we've discussed those. So literally, it's the same things. Just remembering and asking more questions. You know, oh, I say I'll bring me a buyer. Oh, so are you willing to pay a buyer's commission? Yeah, 3%, right? Yeah. Okay, so we're really not talking $12,000. I can easily make up that other $6,000 because on average, hiring an agent is going to get your home sold not only faster, but I can get it sold for more money. You know. Next thing you know, something you had brought up was 45 days. He wants to sell it for himself for 45 days or whatever. There's going to be another mortgage payment due then. There's going to be another electricity bill due then. Another HOA bill due then. And God knows what else. So it's like, all right, now we had $6,000 and we got probably around $3,000 that you're going to put out in expenses within the next 45 days versus getting it sold. So, you know, there's always somewhere to take it. You just, you know, take your time, listen to what they're saying, and ask questions. All right? Okay, we're almost done. Let's just knock out like one more.
Seller. Another agent said they can sell my house for me. So, did you happen to see this agent's plan for what exactly they plan on doing, what kind of marketing materials they plan on using, and stuff like that?
Yeah, it sounded good. Looked good.
Did they come by the house? What did they tell you that they were going to do, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, just a bunch of stuff. You know, they gave me a full plan, but I don't want to share it with anybody. You know.
Totally understand. Have you signed anything with them just yet?
No, we're probably going to do that tomorrow.
So before you do that, if you would, if you're just open to putting a little more information out there, I could come by. It's of no charge to you, and show you what I would do versus the other agent, and then maybe you could weigh that into your options as to what agent you'd rather go with to sell your house.
Well, I mean, they sell a lot of homes over here, so I know that they'll probably.
I'm sure they do, as do I. I just figured, why not have 2 options instead of 1? That way you can thumb through it. If you don't like it, you can just keep my listing presentation, and I'll move on.
Okay, cool. I like your thinking behind that, and that was the perfect thinking. It just needs to be worded differently.
Okay.
And what tends to help me with that is placing them in a position. You know, so the thing that you said was when you want to have another opinion, or like, so at least you can have a second opinion. So put them in a story. You know, Mr. Seller, it sounds like you're an extremely intelligent person because you've taken the time out to look at that agent's plan, and you've probably researched them and know that they sell a lot in your area. But see, I'm sure you also know that the best decisions that you can make are going to be well-informed decisions. So before you decide on this one person, wouldn't you want to have a more well-informed decision knowing that you've checked out all the options and that you're making the best choice? Thank you for watching this video. Here's another video that you might find interesting. Go ahead and click on that and it'll take you straight to the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button below. It's just a circular picture with my face in it. So click on that and it'll subscribe you to my channel for more videos like these. Again, thank you for watching.